I'm going to explain the best opening for beginners.
Welcome back, chess fans. In this video, how to win quickly with black. The best traps on the black pieces. Number 1, the Sicilian Defense on your left. Let's go. My favorite opening with black is the Sicilian King. This is exactly the position after a6. White plays the best move, bishop d3. I develop the knight. Once again, white knows the best move to exchange the knights. Now, knight d2. That's a very good idea to go to knight c4. My opponent is prepared. I played e5 right away. Knight c4 attacks e5. Here I do knight f6. And my opponent thinks I'm blundering the pawn and captured on e5. What was the trap? Well, geometry, right? Queen a5 check and attacking the knight. Whatever you do, you up a piece and black resign. Let's see the next game. In the second game, my opponent plays a different variation of the Sicilian. After e6 in Ken, he tries c3. His idea to play d4 is called the Sicilian Alapin. I play knight f6 because I'm attacking e4. It's pushing and we have this very known position. And here I take on d4. The most normal move for white is to take back with a pawn. But my opponent surprises me and play knight d4. I play d6, we exchange the pieces, bishop g3. Here I could castle, but more important, I develop my piece on which we exchange the knights. Right now, white castle. You think the position is equal, but actually black has a dangerous attack. I play queen h4, where the idea, simply, I'm threatening to checkmate on h2. g3 logical, I do queen h3, and now my opponent had to defend with queen f3. Instead, he plays c4, I move my knight, he plays c5, attacking my bishop, and now I surprise him. I don't move my bishop, and I play the winning move, knight g4, threatening checkmate over here. If you move the rook, checkmate in 2 moves. This is my recipe against 1e4 as black. And I cannot resist showing you a last example from my own game. Once again, c3, the Alapin variation, very popular online. I play knight f6, and here my opponent surprised me with bishop g3. He's defending the pawn on e4. I develop my knight on c6. You've seen that in my previous game. Castle, logical. Here I move d5. I'm trying to win the pawn on e4 with a fork. White is pushing, and now I'm attacking the pawn twice, right? So queen e2, logical. And now the big surprise. I'm not castling, I'm going straight for the kill. g5. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do g4, and then this pawn will fall. So my opponent play h3. Alright, h5, renewing the threat of g4. Now my opponent is panicking, bishop b5, I put g4, take, attacking the knight. My opponent takes on c6, I take back, and now the knight is attacked. The knight is retreating, and what is the last move I played in 2 seconds? Queen h4. Once again, I'm trying to come here with a checkmate. If you do f3, you don't give a check. You wait and play g3. Guess what? The king here is doomed. I hope you enjoyed this example. Let's move to a different opening. And now I'd like to showcase a second opening for black, the Scandinavian Defense, which is represented in the middle of my display right there. Let's go to a light board what is the most logical move? It takes d5. Here, I recommend knight f6. Or knight f3, which is very often played, bishop g4, bishop e2, queen d5. The queens get attacked, and this is a trap. We're going to h5. h3, attacking the bishop, knight c6. Because if white takes, we are winning the rook on h1. Castle, and here we play a very dangerous idea. Long castle. Now, white takes, black takes, and white has to be very careful. The best move according to the computer is knight e4. On that, I was preparing to play knight g4. Why is that? Because if white takes the knight, we give checkmate on move 10. However, in this position, my opponent played d4. That's a wrong move because we can just take. Once again, the main trap is that knight cannot be captured because we have checkmate. Now the problem with that is we play bishop f4, we are preventing the checkmate. But now we simply do check and we win the queen. So that knight d4 move is very annoying. In this game, white tried knight h4. I took on e2 and then the queen h4. Only way to prevent the checkmate, bishop f4, but now we're going e5. Clearly the pawn cannot be captured. We could pin the bishop and win very easily, so the bishop retreats. I play queen h5, and this position is much better for black. Not only we are 2 pawns up, but on the move like rook ad1, we play bishop d6, and we have f5, f4, e4 on top. So in this position, my opponent blundered with f3 and bishop c5, and the game. The problem is you cannot even do bishop f2 because you would have checkmate over here. So this is a very nice example, winning fast with the Scandinavian as black.
When I see some of these moves that computer suggests after a game that I play and I just go, wow, that is the beauty for me. Because these are not moves that I would ever consider. And when I then see the move and then like I might make a couple of moves to try and understand why, that is the beauty to me.
I now want to present a very similar example with the same idea as black. We go back with knight f3, white plays knight f3, we go back on h5. So far so good, bishop e2, bishop g4. In the previous game, h3 was played. In this game, white castles. We play e6. In the previous game, we played something like knight c6, h3, and now we play bishop d6. Once again, it's very dangerous to open up because we're going to have a dangerous attack. Let's say if we play that, we're threatening bishop h2. On g3, we play queen h3 with a lot of play for the black pieces. So instead here, d3 is played by my opponent. And here we sack the piece. Take, take, take. As we can see, we're targeting the king. Knight e4, that's a good move. We exchange. And only now we play knight c6. So now if white played the best move, we can simply castle. We have the attack. Here we're threatening to come here. And on queen e3, we're threatening knight d4. Once again, white can never take because we give checkmate. And on e5, we would simply win like that. Okay, so that's the variation. So instead, on knight c6, my opponent played knight g5, attacking the queen, forgetting about queen h2, checkmate. This is a fast way to win with the black pieces. And now I saved the best for last, 2 examples featuring 1 e4 e5, which is the position on the right side right here. Can we win quickly with that? I'll show you two high-level examples. In the first one, we're going straight for the kill and we're following Hikaru Nakamura. Yes, on knight f3, logical, Hikaru plays d5. White take the pawn, we play e4. White move the knight. Obviously, the best move would be to move the queen. Now we capture with the queen. The knight moves, we develop our piece. Knight c3. The queen is attacked. Hikaru goes queen e5. Bishop e2, bishop d6. White thinks, well, I'm gonna put my king to safety. Castle. Guess what? Queen h2. Checkmate. Remember this idea? d5 on the second move. And for this last example, I found a very nice game by a player rated 3000 rating on chess.com. Playing with the black pieces, this stream plays the following. On knight f3, he starts with the picture of defense. Now, knight e5. You may know that one of the popular moves is the Stafford's Gambit, going like that. But that's not what black is doing. Over here, instead of doing the Stafford, which is knight c6, d5 is played, which reminds us of the Scandinavian Defense. White has to take, we take back with the queen, d4 supports the knight on e5. Now knight c6 played, and here, if you follow the computer recommendation, knight going back to f3 is the best move. It's very hard if you don't know to return the piece to its previous location. Instead, white, which happens to be grandmasters, takes on c6. Now white is playing c4 with the idea d5. Once again, checking this game, queen e2 is the computer recommendation because after check, we can force the queen exchange with queen b5. Let me show that very quickly. Let's say on that move, white hurry up to exchange the queen to have a quiet game. Instead, c4 is played in this position. And here, check, check, and now black castle. Yes, we gave up a pawn in the opening, but look at that. We're threatening to attack the king. Now, you would want to play bishop e2, right? Unfortunately, black will take on g2, attacking the rook. That's not good. In the game, queen f3 is played by white, trying to exchange the queens. Check, bishop e2. And now, what is the winning move? The winning move is bishop g4, and simply white resign. The only move to continue the game will be to exchange the queens, but we have an intermezzo, switch and sook. We have an intermediate move which is taking the bishop with check. King d1, we take the queen. The only way to continue will be to play f3, but here we simply take the pawn, white recapture the piece, we play rook d8, and look at that. That knight cannot really go anywhere. We have knight g4 on top, followed by knight e3. We're also threatening to win that pawn on d4. So again, this is completely lost for white. Let's say if I want to develop like that, I can simply play knight g4 or play c5 or play rook f2, anything like that. And when the knight moves, I'm gonna collect all the pawns with the winning position. So again, remember this idea of d5 on move 3. That's kind of going to the Scandinavian opening, starting with the picture of defense. Very interesting stuff. I hope you enjoyed this series of traps, and I'll see you in the next one.
Compasso